If any of you guys watched the NBA All-Star Game the other day, you would realize that baseball deserves a lot more credit for how we conduct ourselves during the All-Star Game. What's going on, guys? It's the King of 161st Street. I'm back with another video, and that All-Star Game from the NBA was absolutely atrocious. No defense being played, no effort being put in. Jason Tatum scored 50 points, and it's being overshadowed by, is that the worst All-Star Game we've ever seen? That's the problem here. Not really a problem for us, though. It's a problem for the NBA. But in baseball, a sport that is notoriously known for being boring, right? We at least put on a show during the All-Star Game. We make the All-Star Game worth it for every single person that buys a ticket, because those are marked up prices. So you're paying at least $200 to get in the door. The MLB All-Star Game makes it 100% worth it. And I don't think the NBA does. And it's not on the NBA. They put together the top 24 players, or the top whatever players. I think it's 30 actually. 10 or something like that. They put together the top whatever players, and they tell them to play the game. It's up to the players. And baseball has an inherent need to put in effort. Because if a guy's throwing 97, you have to put in a type of swing speed in order to even catch up to it. So right there, that involves effort. You can't nonchalantly hit a fastball. When a guy adds a curveball and a changeup, and these are also the best pitchers in baseball, so they have multiple pitches in their bag, keeps you in the mindset of, this is an actual game. I need to get my shit together. In basketball, you don't have that inherent effort level. Everything goes off of how much you put into it in basketball. When you see LeBron James still at the half-court line when there's a dunk being put on the other end, yeah, that's the type of effort you're putting in during an All-Star Game. And look, for those teams, like the owners, they're smiling when they see that, because they'd rather them not put in any effort during this game and go into the second half healthy. Fine, I agree. More important, the NBA playoffs. But when you're talking about fans paying hundreds and hundreds of dollars to get in the door, this is going to sound like I'm on one of the sides of, like, NBA players shouldn't be getting paid that much. I actually am on the side of the players in that way. We're like, no matter what the sport is, I think players should be getting as much as they can. But when a team goes in the door, you got to put in your effort. You got to show you're worth it. And the other night, they didn't show it. One thing about baseball is, when you see an All-Star Game and you see Mookie Betts going up against a guy like Garrett Cole, or a guy like Jacob deGrom this year going up against Pete Alonso, they're putting their A games out, because there's still a chip on their shoulder, even though they took away any meaning of the All-Star Game. Meaning that they're like, back in the day, they used to determine who got home field advantage for the World Series on the All-Star Game. No matter what your record was, if you had the best record, you were 162-0. And a team with 81 wins that snuck into the third wild card spot now just comes in and goes to the World Series. If that team in the National League was the wild card team, but they won the All-Star Game, they still got home field advantage during the World Series. So it had stakes. They took away those stakes, probably for the better. But it still hasn't taken away from that All-Star Game. Baseball is still the best All-Star Game out there. And I think baseball deserves a lot more credit for it, because watching that basketball game the other day proved to me that they're the ones who always chirp at us the most, right? If you're a baseball fan, you get chirped at a lot about the sport being boring. Who are the sports fans that chirp the most? It's probably basketball fans. So the title of this video is probably going to inherently bring a lot of basketball fans in. And I would like to ask them, did you enjoy this All-Star Game? Why? The dunk contest was cool. Mac McClung, very good dunker. But that All-Star Game, did you enjoy it? Most people should say no. You will enjoy the baseball All-Star Game. It's a fact. And they love to talk about how this sport's boring. When your players don't put in any effort, that's the most boring thing you will ever be able to watch, which is why baseball is better than basketball in terms of the All-Star Game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. It's a quick video. I'll be back to posting some longer form content sooner or later. It's just it's a dead season right now up until spring training starts. Then we get into some reactions, but hopefully you enjoyed. Follow me on Twitch. I'm going to be streaming this year for the season, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.